Hello everyone, welcome back to the Great Ones channel, and today I'm going to be ranking all of these Spider-Man games that I have played from worst to best. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going to be ranking all of these Spider-Man games that I've played, and yeah, that's it. So let's get this shit started. Coming out to number 7 is going to be Spider-Man 3. Yes, Spider-Man 3, the movie game, based off the Spider-Man 3 movie that came out back in 2007. Which, just like the movie, this game is crammed in with loads of fucking villains and loads of shit, and this game is just fucking crammed in with loads of stuff. And yeah, this game is, I don't really recall really enjoying this game that much. I didn't even complete the whole game. I played a little bit of it. I played a few missions and all that, and you know, I kind of just enjoyed swinging around New York City, all that type of stuff, but I did not complete the full game. There's loads of stuff that happens in this game that I never got to do, and I don't really think I care. So yeah, I have played this game, and I just don't recall having a good time playing this game. Just the missions, the boss battles, and all that just weren't all that fun. And you know, when you look around at the game, at the graphics, and when you're swinging around New York City, the whole thing just looks so unfinished. Everything looks unfinished, and everything just looks like there's more that need to be put into it. Everything looks off, and if you just look around, swinging around New York City, everything just doesn't look right. I mean, I know it came out back in 2007, but come on, like, look at this. It's just no. But yeah, this game, I personally didn't really enjoy it all that much. I only played like a little bit of it, and I guess got kind of bored of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I have also played the Wii version of this game, and it's a little bit different. It's kind of different. I did play a little bit of that, and there were times where I had a bit of fun, but overall it was kind of decent. But I will have to say, I just want to point out that New Goblin versus Peter fight on the Wii version. Holy shit. Fuck me, that was frustrating. Oh god, I'm sorry, but god, that mission having to fight the New Goblin was so fucking frustrating. You have to move so fast, you have to move the freaking nunchucks and the Wii remotes and whatever so quickly, and it's just... Oh my god, it was just... fucking shit. Let's just move on. Coming to number 6 is going to be Spider-Man Friend or Foe. Now, yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a Spider-Man game where you get to team up with the famous Spider-Man villains. Yeah, I guess it's an okay idea. Nonetheless, looking back at this game, it was kind of, yeah, I mean, the one positive thing I can say is that, well, that makes it better than Spider-Man 3, the game, is that I just had a little bit more fun with it because obviously it's a 2-player game, and I got to play it with my older brother Birdie. We played a lot. I think we completed the whole game, and you know, getting to play with him and getting to play a 2-player Spider-Man game together was pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I will say that, just a 2-player Spider-Man game, that's pretty fucking sick. Nonetheless, looking back at this, it's kind of just, I mean, looking at it, it's not really anything too special, and the whole game, for what I remember, is just kind of the same thing over and over. You beat these little bad guys, little, I don't know, minion type people, little symbiotes, I don't fully remember, and then you go up to the big boss battle, you defeat him, you just keep doing the same thing over and over, you blah 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 blah, and it's just kind of that. It was just kind of the same thing happening over and over and over again, and that's really what the whole game was, and it wasn't really anything too special, so that's why I'm just kind of like, it's a fine game with a fine idea. It's cool that it's 2-player, but nonetheless, it's really not anything too special. That's really all I have to say about this game, so yeah. Yeah, let's just move on to number 5. Coming into number 5 is going to be Spider-Man Edge of Time. Now, this is pretty much like the sequel-ish to Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, but not really. It's kind of like a whole new thing. It's a completely different story, and yeah, it's pretty different. So, what do I think about this game? It was an okay experience. It had some fun moments here and there. I don't know, I'm trying to remember how my experience was like playing this game. I don't know, there was absolutely no free roaming, no swinging around New York City this time around. There was none of that. It was pretty much just missions and all that. That's all that it was. And yeah, it was okay. It was fine. One thing that I remember about this game that I really enjoyed, it was the final battle. There was this thing that we did during the final battle, me and Brody. So every time it would go to, like, it kept going back and forth with Red and Blue Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2099 during the final battle. So what we would do, so if it was on Spider-Man 2099, Brody would go up to the controller and start playing as him and fight the boss, the villain, or whatever. And then when it would switch back to Red and Blue Spider-Man, Brody would give me the controller, and then I'd start playing as Red and Blue. And then we'd just keep going back and forth, back and forth. You know, he'd be 29.9, I'd be red and blue. And that was one thing I remember me and Brody kept doing over and over and over. And we actually really had a lot of fun doing that. And when we completed it, we were very satisfied. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, like, and one thing I gotta say, like, freaking getting the voice actor who voiced Spider-Man in the 90s Spider-Man animated series as 2099, and getting the voice actor who voiced Spider-Man in the Spectacular Spider-Man to play as just red and blue normal Spider-Man. That's just fucking sick. I love that idea. That's really, really cool. I love that. And yeah, I don't know. This game it's okay. It's fun. It's I don't know. It's. I remember having a pretty difficult time playing the game, so this game did make me pretty frustrated. It's got an okay story, and overall, it's okay. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's all I can really say about this game. So yeah, let's move on to number 4. Coming to number 4 is going to be Spider-Man Web of Shadows. Yep, just another Spider-Man game with a story behind it, you know, with Spider-Man having to take down loads of villains. You know, that would obviously be Venom, and who else? There's, I think, Vulture's in the game at some point in the game, I think. Black Cat's in it, who I don't even know if is considered as a villain in this game. I don't fully remember. And even Wolverine makes an appearance in the game. Just a lot of random stuff happens in this game, like a lot of random shit. And yeah, mostly this game involves around the symbiote with Venom and stuff. That's mainly what it is and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much what the game is. And so I don't know. I didn't complete this whole entire game. I did play a lot of it though. About this game, one of the things I really enjoyed about it is that you could go back and forth as, you know, red and blue Spider-Man and black suit Spider-Man whenever you want. I don't know why. I just really like that idea that you could just keep going back and forth. And yeah, most of the things I remember about playing this game was, you know, swinging around New York City and shit, going back and forth as red and blue and black suit Spider-Man. Doing a few missions. One of them being, most of the missions I remember doing was the stuff with Luke Cage. Little missions they had to do with him. That was the most things I remember. Other than that, that's really all I remember doing. I probably might have done more, but yeah, other than that, I did kind of enjoy playing this game. I did play it a lot. I remember I played this game a lot, like a whole bunch of times, and yeah, I'm pretty sure I always enjoyed it. I love swinging around New York City. I love playing as Black Suit Spider-Man and all the crazy shit he can do. And I did do a few missions. I even did a few of the missions with Vulture and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I really did enjoy this game. I found this game really fun. It's kind of, at this point, it's kind of like very nostalgic to me, just looking back at this game. Yeah, just looking at this game just brings back really good memories. So yeah, I like thinking about this game again. It's really cool. So yeah, that's really all. That's what I can say about Web of Shadows. It's a fun Spidey game. Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on to number 3. Coming up to number 3 is going to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yes, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Out of all these Spider-Man games, this is the most recent Spider-Man game I've ever played. And this came out back in 2014. Oh yeah, guys, this is the most recent Spider-Man game I've ever played out of all these games, and I always remember having a great time with this game, having a really good time playing this game all the fucking time, doing a bunch of different missions and just fighting enemies in the city of New York. I don't know, I'm one of those people who really enjoyed this game, had a great time with it. You know, obviously with the story, it's just crammed in with a whole bunch of stuff. There's some shit going on with Craven, and then, you know, it's obviously based off the movie, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was also crammed in with a whole bunch of villains, so of course that's gonna happen. Like, for an example, you got fucking Carnage showing up at the very end as the final boss battle. Okay. Sure. But yeah, I don't know, I enjoyed playing this game. I love, of course, swinging around New York City, like always, typical me. You know, I enjoyed collecting the costumes, or the costumes that are included in this game. I enjoyed collecting them all in these, like, secret hideouts, if that's what they're called. I don't remember what they're called. I think secret hideouts. You get all these, like, costumes and stuff. I always enjoyed doing that. They were pretty difficult, but I enjoyed them. I love this game. I really enjoyed it. I loved to beat the shit out of enemies. It was always fun. The story is it's an okay story. It's not very memorable at all, and it's kind of crammed in with a whole bunch of shit, and the graphics are just kind of eh. I don't know. I really enjoyed this game though. I would love to play this game again. if I could, but I can't. But all I know is that I definitely enjoyed this a little bit more than whatever this shit was happening in the movie. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Coming to number 2 is going to be Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. So I'm pretty sure this is the first ever Spider-Man game I had ever played on a console. I got this game like freaking 10 years ago when we first got the Xbox 360. You will never be forgotten. Nonetheless, guys, this game is pretty much complete nostalgia to me at this point. I have just amazing memories of me just having the time of my life playing this game. And you know, you would expect a Spider-Man game with absolutely no free roam or anything. It's just like, you know, no swinging around New York City. It's just packed with, you know, missions and stuff with all the Spider-Men. But no, thankfully all the missions, nearly all the missions, were just, I had a ton of fun with all the missions. They were enough for me to be satisfied. They were just fun enough for me to just be like, this game's amazing, I love this game, it's so much fun, doing all the missions is great. Now, no, I'm not saying every single mission is like, oh my god, I love every single mission, they're all fun. Not every single mission is fun, like maybe the female Dr. Octopus, that one I was never a big fan of, but maybe even a few others, but nonetheless, I nearly love all the missions in this game. Like, for an example, like, there are even some legitimately fun, just flat-out fun-ass missions in this game. For an example, freaking, you're going against Deadpool, playing as Black Suit Spider-Man. I don't know why, that is just so fucking cool to me. Other than that, I had a great time with this game. This game is full-on nostalgia to me. All the missions are so much fun. It's a very well-made game. And, yeah, I've also played the DS version of this game, which is obviously not as good, but is also full-on nostalgia to me, and I think is also one of the first, I don't even know, I think I might have even played this before this actual, like, the 360 version of this game, so, I don't know, but obviously it's nostalgic, but it's obviously not as good, but, yeah. Alrighty guys, it's finally time. My favorite Spider-Man game out of all these other Spider-Man games is The Amazing Spider-Man. Yes, I am surprised as well. Obviously, this is based off the 2012 Amazing Spider-Man starring Andrew Garfield, based off that movie and turning into a video game. And I really enjoyed this. Thankfully, it was truly amazing. I really enjoyed this game. It was just a normal, just fun Spider-Man game. You know, there's a lot of, one thing I guess is there are a lot of, you know, crammed in villains that weren't even in the movie. Villains like, I think Rhino, yeah, he makes an appearance in the game. And just a few other villains, and other than that, I really enjoyed this game. I just, you know, obviously, like usual, enjoyed swinging around New York City all the time. I wouldn't say, I mean, it's not the best web swinging, but, I mean, I enjoyed it still. And the boss battles were a lot of fun, and I enjoyed collecting the costumes, and I just remember having a really good time playing this game. That's why I'm putting it at my number 1. I remember just having a great time having this game. I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you didn't really have a good time in this game. I don't know if you didn't really enjoy this game that much. I just remember myself having a really fun time playing this game. That's just to me. So, yeah, other than that, that's just, I really enjoyed this game. I had a lot of fun, and this game, Amazing Spider-Man, for right now, unless my opinion changes, is my all-time favorite Spider-Man game. Alrighty guys, this is going to be the end of my 7 Spider-Man games ranking video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to post comments down below of every Spider-Man game that you've played and rank them from worst to best. If you don't really agree with my opinion, then don't worry, I'm not like a video game critic or anything. I'm not like an expert with video games. I'm just sharing my little simple opinion about what I think of these Spider-Man games, and yeah, because I'm just a massive fan. So yeah, there are obviously some minor Spider-Man games that I have played in the past that I decided not to include onto the list. One would be Spider-Man 2 on the DS. There was that. Yeah, I played that. That's just kind of full-on nostalgic, but there was that, and yeah, I didn't really play it all that much, so I decided, yeah, I won't include it, I guess. So there was Spider-Man 2 on the DS. I also played very briefly a little bit of Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro on the PlayStation, and I just had no clue what the fuck I was doing throughout the whole thing. And of course, I did play a little bit of Spider-Man PS4 using my cousin's PlayStation. And I got to play from obviously the beginning of the game to the first boss battle with Kingpin. And I was having so much fucking time. I was having the time of my life until while I was fucking fighting Kingpin, the whole game just stopped. Everything froze. Everything just stopped. While I was having so much fun and trying to beat Kingpin, everything just stopped. And I was like, what's going on? Or I was having so much fun. I'm being Kingpin. Why'd you stop at me? What the fuck's going on? And I couldn't play anymore. I just stopped playing, and because my cousin's PlayStation was, I don't know, fucked up or something, and I couldn't play anymore. So that was my first time ever playing Spider-Man PS4, and I had to stop. It's very heartbreaking, and it honestly just makes me wonder if we're ever gonna get another Spider-Man game to the Xbox, but I guess that's only in our dream. Oh. Only in our dreams, haha, fuck!